Hey everyone, we are live. Amber Vilhauer here from NGNG Enterprises, which stands for No Guts, No Glory. On the line with me, I have my business partner, Isaac, our creative director, Loden, and our senior web manager, Brian. We are going to have more team members coming in and out over the next 30 to 45 minutes as we bring some really cool news to you guys. It's a really special day in the NGNG world as we are prepared to unveil our new branding that we have been working on for a little bit longer than we expected. But we're very, very proud of it. And, you know, when we unveil a new website, it's so much more than just a website because it's really a time to honor the history that NGNG has taken since 2007. That is when I started the company. And today I want to present the evolution of the brand to you, introduce you to some of the key team members, talk to you about why we made the decisions that we made on the new website. Because if there's anything that makes NGNG different in terms of web design and branding, is that it's not just about having a nice looking website. It's about the strategy that goes into that website to create a much better customer experience for the people coming in. We are all about creating meaningful connection with prospects. So we're going to dig into the strategy. We're going to dig into the evolution. We're also going to be sharing some marketing tips because it's not just about us, it's about you today. And I just want to thank everybody for being here in support and celebrating this day with us. So Isaac, I want to hand the microphone over to you if there's anything that you would like to say.
Thank you. Yes, I'm excited for today. I know it was a long time in coming, and the team has worked so hard on getting this all to where it is today. So personally, I just wanted to mention really quick how proud I am to be part of NGNG and to be part of the team that's here today. From the moment I experienced a call with you to everything with the team, every single first impression and everything after that has taken my breath away. It's been way beyond my expectations, which is why I wanted to, was interested in partnering with you guys, because this is a unicorn company. There are not companies like this, and if you are a client of NGNG or you've worked with NGNG, you know that this is a special place. There's so much that goes into all the details, and I'm so proud of everyone and how far everyone's gotten. So
it's really been great having Isaac coming into the organization, because up to that point, we had been offering, of course, branding, web design, book launch support, various marketing support and strategy. And our customers would love the experience. And they'd say, well, now what happens after my book launch or after I launch my website? And so Isaac was able to come in, and now through our new scale department, with Phoebe as the scale director, we are partnering with some of our clients to help them grow and scale their company in a variety of different ways. So Isaac has really been instrumental in bringing next level strategy to NGNG and helping us double our growth since last year. We're on track to do that. We're already just 5 to 6 months ahead of where we were last year alone, which is a really, really exciting accomplishment. And I have to say, Loden, you were instrumental in that as well. And so was Brian. Loden was introduced to me through her brother, Darius Mershazadeh. And we launched Darius's book, The Core Value Equation. You guys know I'm always talking about Darius. And I was looking for a creative director, and he's like, I might know somebody. Didn't tell me it was his sister. And he's like, she's great. She has a whole really impressive background in fashion, but something tells me you two are going to get along. And I said, well, I'll meet her. And sure enough, Loden quickly stole my heart and I don't even know how to speak about the impact that you've had in our web design division and the entire company overall, Loden. So I just want to thank you for everything that you've put in. And Brian was introduced to us through another designer that we had on the team. And he's like, yeah, I'll come in for a couple hours a week and see what this NGNG thing is all about. And I've got my own company. And I was super impressed with Brian, like right out of the gates. What's really cool about Brian is he's not only has a great brand eye, but he is a master strategist as well. So he's really bringing in a lot of that conversion strategy, tech strategy into the web team as well. And I definitely don't want to discount everybody else in the company. We'll show you some of the photos from other people in our company as well in the different divisions. But Lotta and Brian, anything that you want to say just to kick things off?
Oh, just that it's been the best experience, life-changing working for NGNG. It really has changed my life. I sometimes get really emotional about it, but I won't do that today. I might, just maybe not right now.
This is a big deal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had been subcontracted by other agencies, and I shared this with you, Amber. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do a project. But the second I stepped into the team, I was like, this place is very different. There's something very unique here, and it's beautiful. It's a completely different place. And frankly, we've been growing so fast that I can't even, when I think back 1 year ago, it's like, I can't even remember how different it was. It's crazy. So I just love it here. It's amazing, and it's just a true honor to be here.
I know. So somebody was asking me, Daniel Marcos was asking me how many book launch clients alone we have right now compared to like where we were a year ago. And a year ago, I think we were floating around probably 7 different book launches that we were organizing all at the same time. And now we have over 30, just to give you guys an idea of the growth. And so we've added in more team members. Again, we'll talk about that in a minute. But I have to do something that I wasn't even planning on doing this until the last minute. But I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I went back and started to show you guys the progression of NGNG back in 2007? And some people, you guys might not know my story. Very briefly, when I was in high school, I was a very different person than you see today. I had zero confidence, communication skills. I was not a very happy person. Honestly, I didn't know my place in the world. And that's what it boiled down to. So my natural instinct was to go small and to be introverted and to kind of hide. And it was really Cutco Cutlery. When I was in college, I got a job selling knives, which they're phenomenal. It's one of the best experiences of my life was taking on that job. I met so many incredible people, and I feel beyond fortunate and blessed that so many of them are my friends today. We work with many of them still today. I got to give a shout out to Justin Donald and to John Broman, Hal Elrod and Brad Johnson and John Rulin. Love you guys. But Cutco really opened me up. I really was on the fast track in that organization, quickly went into management, scaled at a national level, was breaking records. And I remember seeing this guy, Isaac Stegman, on the national record breaking reports that would come out. So believe it or not, that's how long ago I was first introduced to Isaac. And that company really opened me up. But after about 5 years, I knew there was something more in my journey. I randomly got this sort of part-time job that was event planning for a conference here in Denver that taught entrepreneurs how to get capital into their business and how to market online. Now, this was back in 2005 and 2006 era. And like one of the creators of Google AdWords, Simon Leung, was speaking on stage, and Eric Graham, the conversion doctor, and Armin Morin, and Alex Mendozian, and Brendan Burchard was just starting his career speaking on that stage. And when I was looking at these speakers, I was blown away by what was possible. And so I went home, and like the total geek that I am, and part of my personality, I taught myself code. And I set up my own website. Now, as for a domain name, I was kind of learning about SEO, and I researched to find out that 2 of the most popular search phrases back then were insight and develop. A lot of people were Googling those keywords. So I smashed them together, and our domain name back then was insightfuldevelopment.com. And that actually carried with us for many, many years, probably too long. So I taught myself code. I set up my own website. I started blogging about the things that I was learning. And I set up my first little ebook. So I'm going to share my screen and show this to you. Oh my gosh, it's so funny when this happens. How do I get this on here again? Jade in the back end. There you go. This was my first ebook, y'all. Online Evolutions, evolving your skills to prosper online.
Evolutions.
I was like, I kick ass. Look at that. I had to share this because honestly, we work with a lot of startups, especially in the web design department. And when you're just starting out, it's like you have no clue what you're doing. Like you have this passion, you have this message, and you have so many nerves, and you're just like experimenting and trying and seeing like what's possible. And this ebook was actually just a compilation of the blog post that I had written. But like this is to show you where a brand can start, because you might look today and see, wow, she's good on video. I hear that a lot. Or, wow, look at the branding. Someday I want to be there. And it's like, you totally can. Look where I got started back in 2007. So when this happened, people started reaching out to me saying, Amber, could you do that for me? Could you manage my website? And I'm thinking, I guess, how do I do this? I'd had no intentions of starting a business, and I was scared, and I was like, could I charge $35 an hour? Is that too high? What would this be like? Joni Lee Doran, got to give you a shout out, friend, because you were the first person I ever hired. She's still on the company today doing all of our logo designs. It's just major shout out to you, Joni. We've come a long way. And so I started to do some side projects, and a mentor came to me saying, Amber, you should probably file an LLC. And I said, what the heck is that? So I Googled it here again, and I signed up for an LLC, and I'm pacing the kitchen thinking, company name. Gosh, I don't even know if I want to have a company. This feels really important though. And so I landed on NGNG Enterprises, because no guts, no glory was a phrase that my mom used to say to me all the time growing up. And I thought, man, what better message every day as I face my fears or head into the unknown. And these clients could maybe, remember that too. Fast forward, I start feeling like maybe I should make things a little bit nicer. So I went to our design team, and oh yeah, check that out. This was our first, I guess I can't really zoom in more. Oh, there we go. This was our first professionally designed website. This was the look back then. This was probably 2009. Mobile responsive wasn't even a thing yet back then. And so you're seeing a lot of blocks. You guys might remember any calls to action need to be above the fold, right? And so this is going way back here. Look at this sexy picture. Oh yeah. This was like from when I was in high school, I think. But it's really fun being able to look back. And as the years moved forward, we started getting more and more serious about our development. And then I felt really good about our website. I still look back on this one and I really love it. But look at the size of our team. And you can kind of see the progression in branding, whereas at first I was sort of like that face of the brand, but then I wanted to make it more about the team. That was really, really important to me, because I had worked for people in the past where I just felt like a number, like I wasn't really valued as much. And I never want my team to feel like that. Like, we are equals, we're better together, we're driving forward. This was a really cool website because we had so many services back then. And I really wanted to introduce a lot more color. I don't know if this is like an old dev site that we have. And so for every different department that we went through, you could see the color design shifts all the way down the whole page, like the color of the font and the color of the opt-in bar there. I started getting into, I started getting into a lot more video, which was kind of fun, game changer there. Still like that website. And then we moved into this one. Whoa. I got a Mac recently, so you can tell I'm still trying to figure out how to use it. But then we started using bigger headers, stronger entry statements. We started to talk about some of the brands that we were partnering with. This might look very familiar because this site was up even as little as a week or two ago. And I want to stop here for just a second because I know I'm talking a little long-winded here, but when COVID hit last year, I had been waiting for this particular shift that happened in the internet marketing world and in social media. Before that time period, before 2020, there was a lot of speak around funnels, and everybody felt like a herd of mooing cows going through this funnel, and it was impersonal, and everybody felt like a number. And right when around that time when 2020 hit, if you can recall, that was right around the election. There was a lot of craziness. And what happened was people felt like they didn't know who to trust anymore. You guys remember that? And all of a sudden, the whole dynamic of the internet marketing world started to change. Whereas before, it was all about the sexy marketing headline. Now, people were starting to make more emotional and intuitive decisions, right? Instead of just looking at a headline and thinking, yeah, that sounds good, people were looking at the headline thinking, I don't know if I can trust that because I've been duped too many times. I've lost too much money. I don't know who to trust. That had a drastic impact on not only internet marketing, but on web design too. When people come into your website, they're making more of an intuitive decision now, which means that the feeling that people get when they land on that website in here and their subconscious is what's guiding what they're clicking on and if they reach out to you at all, right? So a lot of organizations were seeing a steep decline in conversion. People would come into social media and say, I don't know what to do. I'm not getting any results. And I said, because we've been practicing this for a long, long time at NGNG, focus on developing meaningful connection with the people coming in. You're going to do that through video, the best. Not just video that's talking to a sea of people, but pretend you're talking to one person, the person that you really want to attract in the most, that most qualified buyer. And talk to them and be real with them. Be open and honest. It's not about perfection. It's not about the sexy script. It's about being open and genuinely wanting to make a connection with the people coming in. So Laden, I'm about to head it over to you in just a minute because I want to show you the new website and show you that we practice what we preach. And it's all about how are we making that connection with people. A big way that we did it is that Isaac and I spent months and months coming up with our core values. Again, thanks to Darius Mershazadeh, The Core Value Equation. Darius, I'm always going to promote your book because it's awesome. But Darius really did have a huge impact on the business and on me personally. Isaac and I poured over these core values, looking at them more seriously than any other time in history. And I'm gonna, Jade, have you pull up our core values video that our amazing web team did to really illustrate what the core values are and how we're using them. So notice this video from the team as a way of showcasing the language and the belief system behind our organization that really just proves how we're different without us having to showboat and talk about how amazing we are. The values are enough proof. So Jade, if I could hand it over to you to play that, that would be awesome.
Better together. To me, better together means that we understand that the best way to move forward is to uplift each other so that we can advance as a team.
Meaningful connection.
Meaningful connection with clients and the team makes my work a better and more fulfilling experience. I feel motivated and inspired by working alongside the best professionals. Forming a healthy and meaningful relationship with each other inspires happiness and, as a result, creativity, because it is better together. As they say, do what you love and you will never work a day in your life. And this is exactly how I feel about working at NGNG.
Unwavering excellence.
This core value allows us to support each other and have each other's back when the going gets tough.
That is why NGNG shows up and delivers the way NGNG does.
Lean in.
Lean in means breaking down the walls and barriers and setting a new, higher bar.
Deeply fulfilled.
And deeply fulfilled to me means truly, genuinely being happy with the line of work that you do, the environment that you're working in, and the team that you're working with, which in turn allows you to truly thrive in the line of work that you do.
I'm so gosh darn proud of us. I love this company and this team and our clients so, so much. So Laden, I would love to kick it over to you. I'm going to share my screen and I'll mute myself. Anybody else that wants to come in would be great. Let's show people this amazing new website.
Hi. Okay. Awesome. Well, are we sharing the screen of the website? Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Well, Brandon, hi. Well, the first thing I wanted to talk about in this website was the new branding. So the new branding, we went over, everything that, many different colorways, many different, keeping the NGNG logo, sorry, I'm getting a feedback. Okay, sorry, I was getting a bad feedback. Keeping the logo, and we just went back and forth. We put it out to the team, and I think what we settled on was really keeping our core, keeping the NGNG core to what it was, just elevating it just a pinch. And so what I focused on was creating a different type that was more sophisticated, a little bit more to where we wanted to be and where I feel like we are now. So that was a big thing that I wanted to accomplish with the new branding. We kept the eagle, which was established by Amber. I don't know how long ago you have the eagle going, but just recoloring him and just giving him, taking him to the beauty shop and giving him a little refresh. So I'm really happy on the colors we settled with. This was an ongoing back and forth on what colors to go with. And I think we made the right choice with the pop of yellow and the tonal blues. I just think it really elevates our experience, like the user experience on the web page and everything like that. So moving on to the web page, I worked hand in hand with Manny. Hi, Manny. And Manny is just one of the most creative, like mind-blowing designers out there. He just works so hard to get it perfect, and he really just leaned into what to me and let me just tell him everything that I liked and give my opinions, and really just worked so tirelessly. It was both of our second jobs doing this website. So a big thing that I wanted to focus on when we were researching and coming up with ideas and making mood boards and things like that was I wanted to keep it playful but still sophisticated. I wanted to make sure we leaned into that meaningful connection with this kind of like handwritten, hand-drawn, these like small little touches that really make it personal. And like, you're not just looking at some corporate website, more like a scrapbook or, but not messy. I wanted to keep it clean and functional, but really keep it something that maybe you would like in fashion, there's a term of a lookbook, and that's just kind of everything you put together in a book, and it looks really beautiful. And that's kind of what I was going for with this website. I also really wanted to showcase one of our core values, which is better together, and really focusing in on the team members. And one of my favorite touches is when you go to the About page and you hover over our faces. It's whoever.
I'm gonna do it right now. Actually,
okay. I won't.
Look, even this cool. I love everything about this website, you guys. I'm like really trying to be quiet, but I just want to like.
No, yeah, jump in.
I love that fly out menu because you don't want clutter on your website, right? There's a lot in this website, don't get me wrong, but there's a good use of space so it's not too overwhelming. And when you're scrolling down, you've got to have like that fly out menu here so it's really easy for people to navigate. So I love that. But back to you. We were talking about
so just showcasing the team and really focusing in on, all of the pieces, all the people that come together to make us who we are. So we were in a team meeting one day, and somebody threw out there, I can't remember who it was what if we had our baby pictures on the website instead of our real pictures? So that came from a team meeting. It was just throwing our baby pictures on there, which is really cute. So we're still waiting on a couple baby pictures, but whoever shared their baby picture did. So it was really awesome. And Manny just did some really cool touches, like having, I forget, what is it, Manny, that flies in like an eagle?
Oh.
If you click on get our emails.
Those are the pop-ups, like the app pins. There you go. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so just, these small details that really just show our personality, but also keeping it sophisticated and keeping it elevated and, just really focusing on who we actually are. And that's really what I wanted to focus on our website. And I mean, for me going into this, it was really hitting all those core values. I mean, I really had to lean in. I'd never done a website this big before. I was very nervous. It was a huge, I felt like I was in over my head, but with Manny by my side and Amber's support and patience and just love, it really, I feel it worked. And, I think it's a great website. I really love it. I'm really happy with the outcome.
I know. I'd really like to see what people are. I mean, I see what some people are saying in the chats because it's going on the screen. So thank you for that, Jade, behind the scenes, our social media superstar. But definitely make comments below. Let us know the parts that you like. Of course, you can go to ngrenterprises.com and move through the site a little bit faster. And any other team members that want to come in and out and talk about their favorite parts of the website, of course, is welcoming. When you're looking at your own website, really encourage you to have video on every page of the site that you possibly can. When people land on our bestseller book launch page, this is a video that goes into who we're trying to work with, what the process is like, and what we want you to do next. It's a very good way to build confidence, first of all, for your qualified prospects coming in, because what you don't want is for them to not know what the steps are and then blindly reach out. That's when they have low confidence. The thing that I like about video, and why I'm always such an advocate of it as well, is there's just no better way to build connection. My definition of connection is that it's an exchange of a shared value. So if I'm talking about Clay, and he's almost 5, he's in there watching a showy right now, being such a good little boy. And if you value kids too, now we value that together. And now we're going to be feeling more connected because we share that common value. Video is a great way to speak about your values, what's important to you. For example, when I have people say, Amber, you guys are great. What kind of clients are you looking for so that I can be sure to refer more of those people to you? I say, this is maybe a little non-traditional, but they have to be kind. That's the type of person I want to work with, is a kind person first. And then, of course, if they're an author, speaker, business owner, et cetera, and then I kind of go into it from there. But you should talk about openly the types of people that you want to work with, and don't be afraid to get specific. Like, I'm looking for kind people.
Better together.
Oh, cool. It's always a good thing. So video is a great thing to put on your website, build that trust and connection. This is one of my favorite parts on the website. So Natasha, I know you're in here because I see you popping up on comments. Happy to have you featured here on our website. As soon as we get that book cover, you get to go up to the top. These are some of our current or next website launch or book launch clients that are going to go. Tanya just hit #1 on Amazon, so shout out to her. Paula White just had a great live stream rock out party. In that vein of better together, wanted to make sure that we are really showcasing our clients everywhere we can, and that we're promoting their work through testimonials, through photos, showcasing their #1 bestseller seals. You'll see Laden, I'd love you to go into that portfolio page. We'll do that next, the websites and portfolio. But then also highlighting the team everywhere that we can, because none of this would be possible without our amazing team.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So do you want to talk about the website's portfolio page now? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm not as good on camera as Amber is, as you can tell. Get a little nervous.
I'm just blabbering. It's fine.
Yeah, so the websites page really, I think, breaks down everything that it basically is answering questions for you. Is this what you need? Is this something that you would benefit from? You know, are we the right people for you? And I think once you click that view our portfolio, it gives some really great examples of the type of websites we do, and it breaks it down by starter packages, more higher performance, where we have book sales pages, and we have influencer management pages. And it's really, a lot of times we start from scratch with the branding there, and we offer those branding packages that kind of give a really good base for our designers to then move on to develop and design a site that really fits to you and your brand. And then the other services we have are the book launch support pages that we do, and those are obviously for our book launch clients, and just for people who already have their website established and things like that. So the branding packages, these are fun. They're my favorite.
So fun.
I could just do branding packages all day and not talk to anybody, and I would love it. Picking colors and fonts, and just really get to know somebody. And I actually did this practice for myself, where I was trying to do my own branding and see how that would go. And it's a really tough thing to do. So just really getting to know somebody and their colors and what they're trying to do with their brand. Omni is a great example. They're a wellness. It's a wellness doctor and nurse practitioner, and they have a business together. And they really focus on that like clean, healthy lifestyle and how to get you there. And so it was really about trying to give them colors that portrayed that, and that we could work well with photos and really marry this all together. So this was one of the first branding packages we did, and I think it turned out great.
I love this site.
I know,
so
it came out so great. And just giving them something. I somewhere we have a screenshot of what their website was before, and boy,
oh man, you can't even recognize. It's like
it's night and day. But just really getting to know the client, really getting to know what they're trying to do, and yeah, it's my favorite thing to do. Giving them something that they love and they're confident with, and they can use not only on their website, but just in their all their other branding on their social media and within their business, and maybe their letterhead, if anybody uses that anymore, or their signature. And just giving them something that they can then hold on to, and then use that to establish their brand and to move forward. So
I have to say, I love this part of the website. It's kind of hard to see here, but look at how the logos get bigger and smaller. Like there's a ripple effect, like a wave that's going through. I don't know if you guys can see that on the screen. You got to go to this page on the website though. Manny, you're just the man. It's like these creative touches were just amazing. Brandon, I'm going to ask you to come off of mute here soon and tell me what your favorite part of the site is. So you can think about it. Interrupt us anytime you're ready to share.
I definitely like how, on most websites, like 90% of them, as you scroll down, like there's a hard edge between each block, each section.
Yes.
I find on this site, there's so many different creative ways, whether it's a brush stroke or a gradient. It just makes scrolling a lot more, effortless in a way.
There's little touches and you'd have to really study it, but there's this really cool texture, and then it fades into a gradient around. And they didn't just carry that darkness through it. There's a neat transition behind it. Right. So I agree. I love that part of the site.
Yeah. And it breaks it up. It keeps the interest there, because you never really know what you're going to scroll on to next. It's kind of, it's unexpected. And that's what I really like. Also, another thing Manny did that I really liked on the website was sometimes it looks like it's just a blue background, but there's a very light gradient, and it changes as you stay on the page. So it just changes very subtly, and it's just really cool.
Isaac, I'd love you to speak about Kaizen, if you don't mind, for a minute.
Sure. So Kaizen is a coaching, consulting, and training company that I started several years ago. And so I am camping, so there's road noise and stuff. But what we did is we really wanted to focus, just like Amber said, taking the digital marketing space and disrupting, revolutionizing that so that it was more human, so that it was more connected. We want to do the same thing with coaching so that it wasn't just about the metrics that pertain to how many dollars are in the bank account, how much money's coming in. Those are obviously important in a business, but so often the humanity gets overlooked. How are you doing as a human? How are you doing as a person? How are you enjoying and experiencing success as it pertains to you, not what somebody else is telling you? And so it really was a cool thing to bring Kaizen in and marry it up with NGNG and have Kaizen coaching featured on the website. And it's been kind of a dream scenario to have a sister company like NGNG that has the same values and ethics and attention to detail and all the things that really matter.
Yep. Brian, what's your favorite part of the site?
I'd say the favorite part of my site is, of the site. Sorry.
This part.
We have a lot of symbolism here, and you really have to really look into subtle details that you might brush off and not even notice that symbolizes and shows what NGNG really is, right? You have the eagle, you have just transitions, and how we play around with design. It's very, very unique. Let's put it that way. We are very conversion oriented, right? Because we are a marketing agency, and we're not in the business of just pretty websites, right? We are in the business of a lot more support. So I say that overall, this new redesign, it just shows that it's the next level of our own personal evolution.
Mm-hmm. I mean, seriously, I don't know why I keep doing that. Look at the difference. Now, look, man, I realize this was like a decade ago. Okay, so I'm being playful here, but it's meaningful. So when it comes to your website, guys, those of you that are out there watching, it's got to be something that you're proud of. Otherwise, what's going on? What are we doing? This is your people's first impression of you and the quality at which you manage your own customer experience, right? We have a great attention to detail on this website that really matters to us. And what it does is intuitively, subconsciously, people think, oh, they must have that same level of attention to detail if I were to onboard. And you would be absolutely right. We are meticulous. We're very careful. Our clients mean the world to us. It's personal. It's not just business. What does your website say about you? Oftentimes, you're going to look at getting your website redesigned, anywhere between 2 and 5 years, probably. If you wait too much longer than that, honestly, technology breaks too quickly. I recommend 2 years. You're already looking at that redesign. And not to mention that color schemes, design, branding, it's accelerating, it's changing so quickly. And if somebody goes to your website and it looks outdated, what does that say about your practice, about your product? What are people intuitively and subconsciously thinking about you? Want to make sure that you're expressing your core values and your true personality and what it's like if they make that buying decision. Want to make sure that you're featuring your clients and being proud of that. All of these things, these little touches. We're almost done looking at the website, but Laden, is there anything else you want to add to wrap up this part? I could look at this for days. I go here just because it makes me happy. Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry, I'm muting now. Yeah, I mean, design trends move so fast, and it's just getting faster with web design. I feel. I think you used to be able to get away with waiting a couple of years, but even personal portfolio sites, that's what I do for myself, is just a small portfolio site, and I have to update it every 2 years, and it doesn't even have any. There's no type of conversion on that at all. It's just style, and you want to show people that you are not behind, right? You want to show your best self and that you're forward moving. And I feel like this site for us is really what's got us there, and I feel anybody could really benefit from that. And that's my job. I keep up on the trends. So I do all that stuff that you don't want to do, like spend hours looking at other websites and talking, making my team come together for meetings and show me all the new sites they're seeing, and looking at colors, looking at font combinations, and looking at conversion techniques and things like that. So we do the work for you if you want.
Totally, absolutely. Well, Brian, from a marketing perspective, what do you think? Is there anything else that you would like to add in terms of, for educational purposes? I'm going to highlight the team here for a moment. Anything you want to add about a marketing perspective, what people could be thinking about?
Yeah, when it comes to marketing, a lot of people don't really think about small details that make very big impacts. So something as simple as having the exact same call to action throughout the pages that you want. It's a very big game changer when you're very clear as to what you are clicking at. We're noticing that viewers are a lot smarter than we think, let's put it that way. So something like click here doesn't really cause anybody to action, but something as simple as download the guide, right? Let's put it that way. It's very specific. So everybody that's watching here, I want you to go into your own website, look at your site, and basically scan it and see how can I be more clear, right, when it comes to the calls to action that I have. Because I'm just like, at the end of the day, a website converts when people click, right? So we want to make sure that people are clicking and they know exactly what they're clicking. The other thing is consistency, right? Do we have rounded buttons? Do we have square buttons? Do we have white, green, yellow, purple, and orange buttons throughout the whole site, right? So that consistency is a very big game changer. And honestly, here at NGNG, we have very, very unique ways to market, right? And if you're really interested in looking into that, go to ngngeenterprises.com/marketing, and you can learn how do we specifically use the strategies that we have implemented, tested, and proven that work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd love to see if there's anybody else that wants to come in from, I know some of the team are in the backstage right now, so I want to give you guys a shout out, everybody that works so hard across all of our different departments. Another major shout out to, of course, our clients. The trust that you guys have in us, we take that really, really seriously. And again, it's very personal to us. I'm really excited about a lot of our fall launches. So I want to make sure that you guys are following us on social media. Engage with us. We're not the scarcity minded, trap you into it type of agency. So for us, whether you become a client or not, we're still excited to connect with you and get to know you and see how we can add value. Even people that reach out asking about a service we don't even offer, I ask them, what else can I do for you? Can I give you a free training? Can I give you a video? Is there anything else that I can do to make your experience with us more delightful, even if it's not a fit for some reason? So I just want to make sure you guys are willing to ask us any questions about your own branding challenges, marketing challenges, or just want to give us a shout. We really are looking to work with kind people, a lot of authors and speakers, but business owners. So feel free to download our pricing menu. And I just want to thank everybody for their time here today. Share us with your friends, get the word out. We're really trying to redefine what internet marketing is all about. I think, again, it's a way to build connection with people and to draw in a community of the right people. I'm not interested in having, an Instagram following of 1 million followers that don't even, aren't a fit to really work with us. I'm interested in having a smaller community of like-minded individuals where we can make a strong impact in helping them get their message out to the world. Loden, Manny, Brian, Brandon, all of you watching, thank you for all of the hours that you put into this project, not just in actually designing, but in the thinking time that went into it, into the collaboration, the ideation of it all. I'm extremely proud of this site, of our branding, and especially of you. And I want to thank everybody for choosing NGNG. And I will look forward to scouring the comments here and looking at any follow-up comments that happen. Does anybody else want to add anything before we conclude? Alexis.
Hi. I've been backstage just, watching and commenting. I obviously love the site. I've been with the company for 2 years and watched it grow, and just it is the best team ever. I talk about how lucky I am all the time. But what I noticed so much during this live stream is as everybody's talking about the site and talking about the company and everything, you hear the language. You hear our core values in that language so intensely that maybe if you haven't heard about our core values before, you're not going to recognize it. But being a part of the company, like, it is so ingrained in everything that we do, and you can hear it. You can see it, you can feel it, but you can really hear it. And I just love that.
Well, we love you, Alexis. Alexis is crushing it in the book launch division. So I just love these comments coming in. Hey, Mario, what's up? Actually, big shout out to Mario. I just want to thank you for your trust. So we had a little dialogue this morning. So I'm so fulfilled right now. I don't even know what to say. I don't even want to end because I'm just so happy being here with all of you. Does anybody else want to add any closing comments?
I want to know what Manny's favorite part of the website is.
Yes, of course.
I have a few favorite parts.
All right, where are they?
Well, first of all, the baby pictures. That I love that. It was fun to make.
Yeah.
I guess the one thing that I like the most, like on a serious note, would be the it's actually the one part that I didn't build. It's the support pages. I've been doing websites for a really long time, and I've been doing this for about almost 20 years now. But the support that we give our clients is crazy. I've never seen anything like it. A full support system where they can go. I mean, when you buy a site, it's a big investment. So you got to know how to use it. I mean, that's pretty important. So I guess for me, that's my favorite part, is where people can go and learn how to use their website. I mean, it's a very important tool to use to grow and expand their business. So I think that's one of the greatest parts of our site, for sure.
Yeah, we do give full training. Ever since day one, I've never wanted to control our clients by owning their website and forcing you to hire us to make changes. Like, good grief. I'm sure that's a strong monetization model for some people, but it's not about the money for us. It's about setting you up for success. That's what really drives us. So at the end of every single website project that we do, we give you full training. We want you to understand how to make changes to your website. Your website's like a house plant. You can't just set it up one time and leave it there. You have to water it and give it sunshine and appreciate it, right? So we're coming in, even this morning, we saw some new changes that we needed to make because Tanya Harris just made #1 with her book launch last week, and it was time to celebrate that on the website. So Manny and I went in this morning and made that change, and it feels good to keep it current. For those of you out there, I recommend at least once a quarter, if not more often, go into your website, go through every single page, see what needs to be updated, what's new, what's outdated, and make those changes so that it's always current. It's always something that you're proud of. And if you're struggling to do that yourself, we're happy to help with that. But I agree, Manny. I think that's a really important part.
Amber, before we leave, I wanted to make a huge shout out to the Heroes in the Shadow in NGNG, which are our amazing project managers, starting with Caitlin, Megan, Alyssa, and our account managers as well, who are literally in the back end, just straight up hustling. I'm not going to lie. It is crazy how they are the ones that implement our core values the most on a daily. It's communications with the client, communications with us, designers and developers, and it's basically the glue that's holding NGNG together right now. So a huge shout out, because without them, we would be chickens running without our heads.
It's true. every single person on the team has a role, and it's really important. And that's something we always talk about during team meetings, is that there's no one person that's better than another here, because we all have unique abilities. We all want to make an impact and help our clients. So thank you, Brian. Perfect example of the leadership here at NGNG. So guys, I want to thank you for sticking with us. We're almost at 50 minutes here. This was a big moment for us to celebrate. It's hard for entrepreneurs, driven individuals, to take a pause and notice the progress that has been made, right? Because we're always focused on the next thing and the next mountain, the next to do. But it is really important to stop and reflect back on the growth that you've had and take a moment to celebrate that. And it's really nice when you get to do that live, because then everybody in your community gets to celebrate that with you. So I want to thank you all for being here on our celebration live stream. I hope you have a great weekend. Be safe, and I look forward to talking to you guys on the other side. Bye.